What? Oh,
Hooray!
hey.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh,
After
rambling
dark.
after dark.
Ramble
Hey,
after
everybody.
dark.
Ramble Radio 343.
Ooh,
Is that a
palindrome. Palindrome after dark.
palindrome episode? That's already hot.
That
Here
is
we
already.
are. I'm still full of radiation. You're
Good for
full of
you.
glee. Cody, not with us again.
Cody's.
It's
It's tough. It's tough out there.
whole
for him.
lot is crumbling down in that world. Whole lot is
But you know
crumbling.
what? If anyone can pull it together
It's him.
for these debates, for these upcoming debates, it's
Yes,
Cody.
we might. Are we going to see his best work now that he's up against a wall like this? Do we see his best?
He's got two choices.
Yeah.
He either rises or he falls.
Right. It's up to him. It's up to him. So,
And if I know Cody,
speaking of
Yeah.
rising and falling, your Washington Commanders have risen to
suck it, Ravens.
give the Ravens their first preseason loss in franchise history, I think, right? Like
Since 2015, I believe.
2015. And to show why that's such an important stat, the Ravens have won every Super Bowl since 2015.
Right.
They've
Preseason is super important.
They've won every single. That's the dumbest fucking stat. When they were like, "Oh, the Ravens." Like, are you? This is so. Then, if this matters, why aren't they winning every Super Bowl since that streak?
It means nothing.
It means zero.
It was just fun to end the streak because people
that
kept talking about
See,
it.
that's the fun part. Is you get to beat it because the Ravens media, they're not going to shut the. When they can shut the fuck up about it.
No, never have to hear about this stupid
There it
preseason
is.
streak again.
There it is. Now,
And they kept saying it was an NFL record. I'm like, how is an NFL record when nothing about the game counts?
nothing matters. Do you think
The scores never
Does that
officially
mean that there
recorded.
is a preseason sack leader sitting around there somewhere?
I mean,
Does that
if you're going to
there's
say that's a record,
right? Who's the all-time preseason rusher? Who's got the most?
what team has the all-time best winning percentage in the preseason? Like, is that a thing?
What bouncer at a bar somewhere in North Carolina has the most sacks in preseason football history?
What
Who
Jiffy
came
Lube
in the
employee of the
fourth
week?
quarter? Yeah, who came in the fourth quarter of just like against guys who were all going to be in street clothes in
It's
2
the
weeks.
dumbest thing. And I just wanted them to. Every time the Ravens played, I wanted someone to beat them
Yes.
just to stop this stupid.
So now it
nonsense.
might be good that it was even better. It was your guys. Can I
Yeah.
say something? My one critique about your quarterback.
What's your one critique about? Sam
I didn't
Howell?
get a good look at him last year,
Ah,
but this
he
year
looks like a garbage pail kid.
he looks like the dead body from Stand By Me. That's the one criticism I have is when they show his picture, he looks like the corpse from Stand By Me. I'm
He
like,
looks a little bloated.
They didn't.
Little
They
dead
didn't
and
have
bloated.
anyone. They didn't have any other photos they could have used for this guy. That's the one. There because he looks normal when you see him in the game with his helmet on and stuff.
Yeah.
But his photo, the
Oof.
promo picture, he looks like the dead body from. That's the
He's-
only
he's-
problem.
He's all face, and then there's just a little bit of like
Yeah,
eyes right
like a
in the
weird
middle.
little
It's-
thing.
It's very garbage pail kid.
Yes, it is. It's an odd. But that's it. Past that, seems like the guy can play, but he just looks.
We'll see.
You know.
It's preseason. We'll see.
Yeah. Is Eric Bieniemy doing it for you so far?
You can't be worse than Scott Turner.
No.
You can't be worse than the offensive coordinator they've had the last
Or
4 years.
the shitty Gruden they had running the
Or the
offense.
shitty Gruden before that. Kyle Shanahan was great. I liked having Kyle Shanahan as the
yeah.
offensive coordinator back for those couple of years. But since then, with Gruden and then with Scott Turner, was just awful.
But hey, you have to take your hat off to Jack Del Rio's defense.
Right.
Letting the Ravens just march down on that opening drive. And I think it was like they had 1 second
They
down.
didn't march down. That was just a dust up. It was a minor dust up. They didn't march anywhere.
It was what the hell was Jack Del? That's you're gonna trot out Jack Del Rio? Is you're gonna let these guys like have 1 second down in the first
Ugh.
time they take the field? It was just
insane.
first down after first down and touchdown, and it made
We'll see.
y'all need
Maybe
to
he
get
was
that
just-
fucking guy out of there.
They never should have been there in the first place.
No, he shouldn't. Why can't Ron Rivera just run the defense?
He's a defensive guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just run the defense. I don't know.
That's weird. It's but hey,
I don't know.
hey.
But how about your big news? Can we talk about your big news?
Let's go.
You rang the bell.
Do I show it?
I think you have to show. We've all been on this journey with you for the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's true.
I think we need to see you ring the bell.
So today was my last day of treatment. Knock on wood, of radiation.
Of course.
And they were like, "Hey, don't leave yet." And they had me read a poem about how I'm ready to go now, and then I had to do the.
Look at that.
I did it 3 times. A bing, ding, 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 and then it was Superhero Day, so that's why they have like costumes. It was a cool place, City of Hope.
Nice.
Yeah, rang the fucking bell. So thank you to everybody for the kind words and support throughout all this. Don't know if it's over, but I think a major part of it is, right? Like now, if there's any cancer left, it's microscopic. And if anything comes back, they're going to catch it super fucking fast, and I'll be getting blasted with radiation all over again. But like, hey, I'll take
the real shitty hard part, I think, is over with.
Right. Yes, this is a nice change from last September when I was told it was terminal. So this feels good to ring a bell after being told it was terminal last September.
Yeah. And, I already lost one friend this month. I don't want to lose 2.
You can't take. Hey, thank you, buddy. How are you doing? Let's talk about.
Doing better.
Good. How is the Ralph universe? Everybody kind of rallying around each other and stuff.
Yeah, they're very supportive, amazing group.
Absolutely.
To begin with.
Yeah.
And we had our memorial show for Steve on last Friday.
That's great.
And it was pretty cathartic, and it seemed to bring a lot of closure to everything. So it was good. It was a good show. So. And
then, the worst, I just feel so bad for the 2 daughters. That's just fucking.
Yeah, it's brutal, man. It's just an all-around tragic situation.
Tragic. But I think it's just, if there's any lesson, it's don't ever give in. Even if things aren't going your way at the moment.
Yeah.
Don't ever give up on yourself. Fucking ever. Just attempt not to. And that's too many talented, beautiful people. We lose to that kind of shit. And my friend who we lost to that shit, Mike DiStefano, dropped dead of a heart attack out of the blue. He had a great line where he said, "I don't think cancer should be cured. I think it needs to be redistributed." Because I think all the wrong people die.
It always seems the wrong people die of cancer and strokes and heart attacks.
And those things. And it was
because I have a good list of people that deserve those things.
Exactly. I mean, my God, they seem to just do okay, and it's man, if your hand, I know we all get some moments where you're like, fuck, but keep swinging, baby.
Keep swinging.
That's all that matters. Unless you're Trump, go fuck yourself. If you're Trump or if you're one of
then eat shit.
Can I read a quote from a great writer?
Okay.
The great Jason Schreier. Ed, you want to take a shot at this? Can I spell
it? Let me see if I can say it.
Do you want to take a shot at this? All right, let me. All right, okay. SCHREIER. Schreier. That's Schreier. He's a really good video game. He's like the Woodward and Bernstein combined of video game journalists.
Oh wow!
So there's, I don't know if you heard it. And is it weird to say this when Cody can't defend himself? But there was a story, racketeer. So here's the thing: racketeering cases like this one can be particularly long and costly for defendants. In another racketeering case in the same court, Georgia, involving a number of high-profile rappers, jury selection alone has gone on for 7 months. The costs clearly worry some of the defendants in the Trump case. One of them, Kathy Latham, a former Republican Party official in Georgia who acted as a fake elector for Mr. Trump in 2020, has set up a legal defense fund, describing herself as, quote, a retired public school teacher living on a teacher's pension. The $3,645 she has initially raised is well short of her $500,000 goal.
Hey,
So
baby, you might want to flip on fat fuck.
That's
You
gonna
might want to
happen.
flip on that
Oh,
big piece of shit.
faster than lightning.
Yeah.
They call her
flip
Flipper.
on that turd.
Flipper. So Jason Schreier took that post and he said, on one hand, it's a serious problem in this country that the simple act of mounting a legal defense for yourself can be financially debilitating. On the other hand, laughing my ass off. Now, Cody, I feel bad. He's not here to
Feel bad.
to defend himself and
No.
her, maybe.
And her,
And
probably
maybe
one of his
her.
dear friends. Yeah.
Is Cody going to flip?
I don't know. Maybe he
Is that why
Maybe.
he hasn't been here? Oh, God, is Cody flipping?
Cody may have flipped.
Cody flipped. He took a deal. Oh, fuck. Cody flipped.
Oh, I can't wait for him to be back.
When he's back, is he wearing a wire the whole time? What's
That's
gonna?
true.
I mean, fuck.
Are we ever going to actually talk to the real Cody again?
If he flipped, how can we?
Alt Right Cody may be no more.
Alt Right Cody, he might be unindicted co-conspirator number 1. Is Alt Right? Oh man, oh man. So how quick is Giuliani flipping? There's no way that guy doesn't flip, right?
Dude,
Giuliani.
how are you not flipping if you're any of those people? If you're any of them, how are you not flipping?
You're doing time for that guy.
I'm
You're
like,
gonna
here's
go through
everything.
hard
This is
time.
what he wanted to do.
Here's-
This is everything.
This is all you need. There you go. Fuck him, man.
That Jenna Ellis moron, that fucking girl.
What's she gonna fucking do? Oh man. So I had a flip. They call him Flipper, Flipper, faster than lightning. I had another momentous. This has been a very emotional time for all of us. This past week and a half. I finished Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh,
I didn't know I would. I didn't want to, because I wanted to keep going. But I got it. This is cheesy, but I don't care. I was really sad, Eddie, because I didn't because the game. We knew it was coming when I got cancer, and I'm one of my first thoughts was I'm not going to get to see it. Like, it's my favorite thing ever, and it was that hard realization of there are going to be Legend of Zelda games I'll never see. Right,
they're going to be out there, and you're going to be.
But I was like, man, I didn't want it to be this one, not this quick, And then when I beat it, I was like, holy shit! Like it was, and dude, it did not. Do you mind if I spoil it?
Spoil away.
It's the best. It's my favorite video game I've ever played. Breath of the Wild Breath of the Wild used to be, and this feels like Breath of the Wild. As much as I love it, is still my second favorite. But it almost feels like when Pearl Jam reissues 10 and there's a third disc of outtakes and demo, that's what Breath of the Wild feels like. Just give me even flow. You know what I mean? Give me what they did, what they wanted, what they landed on as black. Just give it to me. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get you.
What they landed on for Oceans, just give me that. Give me the studio yellow Ledbetter. I don't need any other bullshit.
No. Ledbetter was a B-side. It wasn't even on the album.
Wasn't even on the album.
It was on the Jeremy B. It was a Jeremy B-side.
That's right. And so that's how good Tears of the King. And it's the first game that is the Legend of Zelda, which I thought was fascinating. So this takes place if it's all a timeline, which they've said it is, but Nintendo's kind of gotten weird where it branches off after Ocarina of Time into 3 separate timelines. But then this one seems to be so far in the future of the older games that somehow all the timelines have converged, and it's because. So I forgot all of them, but Twilight Princess took place in one time, and let's pretend that. Wind Waker took place, and then in Breath of the Wild, there's a flashback where Zelda is knighting Link with the Master Sword, and she goes, weather through Twilight, weather through, and she names 3 games that were supposed to be in separate timelines. Right. So somehow we're at where it's all been
something converged them all together.
Right. So in this one, you in part one in Breath of the Wild, you fought, and if anyone wants to masturbate right now, I can't stop. We get it. If this is
For sure,
if you can't help it,
Yeah,
and
we're only not doing it because we're on camera.
that's it.
Yeah,
Or else
that's really the only
Matt,
reason.
It'd be obvious.
Yeah.
We can't. But it's so you fought a spirit of Ganon in Breath of the Wild. In Tears of the Kingdom, it opens where Link and Zelda are like, "Fuck it, let's go to the bowels of the Hyrule Castle," and they find a mummified corpse, what looks like Ganon, with like this blue greenish spirit arm just on its chest. And when they get there, the arm falls, and then the fucking zombie thing just comes to life.
Ooh.
And attacks. It almost kills Link. It destroys his right arm, and then the Master Sword, the only thing that can stop him, just shatters like it's made of glass.
No. Oh.
And then Zelda plummets into the darkness. Link jumps in to grab her, and then that green hand saves him. Zelda just gets engulfed in this gold light and is gone. And then so Link comes to, and his arm, they had to sever it. And it was replaced with that green spirit arm. And it belonged to the first king of Hyrule, that arm. And that was the spirit that was holding Ganon's body in place. Right. And he goes...
So when he jerks off, it feels like someone else is jerking him off.
It feels like it's like a phantom cum.
It's like a okay.
That's the next game, I think, is the phantom
cum.
Either that or just got to learn left-handed. Like, god damn it. Now I got to do this too? Like, but... So then...
Yeah.
You find out Zelda went back in time to the time of the first king. That gold light sent her back in time. And she somehow takes the broken Master Sword with her. And they're trying to figure out, and this is the rise of Ganon, is this time. And he shows up, and Zelda's like, oh my god, that's the dude that was buried under the fucking... It's like, we can't trust this guy. And sure enough, Ganon deceives the king, murders the king's wife, takes her power, becomes all powerful, and the only choice is the king sacrifices himself to basically pull a Dolomite, just rip his guts out with this Dolomite to Willie Green. He just kills him. He knows it won't last, but he's going to hold him for as many thousands of years as he can, right?
Okay.
With the hope that they can somehow repair the Master Sword and then get it to Link in the future, right?
Sure.
And you find out the Master Sword, not only can it heal itself, it can become stronger over time. And then Zelda, in the past, realizes that there's only one hope. And in Breath of the Wild, there's 3 dragons that are flying, and you find out they're immortal. They just kind of randomly show up in the game, and you can mine them for like their claw and stuff. It can you can beef up your weapons and your armor, even though you can't hurt them. They're just these giant. And then in Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda realizes I have one shot to repair the sword the right way, and she sacrifices her own life and becomes a dragon. Like, to become a dragon is to lose oneself, but you're immortal. And she has the Master Sword buried in her head as it like around the hair outside of her.
Like an Excalibur sort of situation?
Like an Excalibur.
Sword in the stone?
And it's just getting stronger. And so for thousands of years, it's just getting stronger.
She's just charging up this sword.
And then so Link, you see this 4th dragon, and that's a fucking epic moment. Link jumps up and rips it out, and he has the Master Sword.
Does he fuck the hole?
Oh, he fucks it bad. Ooh.
Because he knows it's...
it's like Zelda, that, so. It's like those old... those old fucking things where he's just kind of bouncing... like, they don't really show. He's just doing this weird humping. He's just doing this weird humping thing. And then... And so, you fight Ganon.
Sure.
And it's a fucking motherfucker of a fight.
Yeah.
And it's 2 phases. And God, I was like, dude, I had 1 heart left when I beat him. Ooh. I thought, motherfucker, I'm going to have to start this shit all over again. And I fucking got his ass. And I was like, oh, man.
Ooh.
And I thought it was over, and I'm breathing aside. I'm doing the Akbar slump, and then
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
Ganon just goes, no, 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 I'm not going to lose to a mortal. And he takes the same stone Zelda consumed, rips it out of his own headdress, and he becomes a dragon. He's like, fuck it.
Oh, shit.
He becomes this giant dragon, and then it's a cutscene, and Link is like in his jaws, about to be devoured, right? And he's trying to get out, but all your health returns, right? But he's in the jaws of this dragon, about to be devoured, and then the fucking Zelda dragon shoots in at the last second. And then the Ganon dragon sees her and tries to attack. Link goes flying out, lands on... And then the final part of the battle is you're riding the Zelda dragon and then jumping off of her to kill the Ganon dragon. It was fucking incredible. One of the most
How do you kill an
epic...
immortal dragon?
Well, because he was evil, there were these... He was the only dragon that had these weak points on it that allowed you to destroy it. And then when you destroyed the weak points, the stone he consumed actually came out of it, because it's kind of implied that he was unworthy to be a dragon. You know what I mean? To have that.
Right.
So then the stone kind of grows out, and then you destroy that, and you kill him.
And you fuck that hole.
And you fuck that hole. Hard. Hard. You fuck that hole. It's actually... And then what I thought was weird was he does a Dolomite thing, where Link tells Ganon, he goes, bitch, you wanted my love, and I'm going to give you a fucking you ain't never going to forget. And then he just fucks. So, and that was the first time Link has ever spoken in a Nintendo game. So,
He ripped off a Dolomite line.
very interesting. But it was fucking epic. I mean,
Nice.
What a fuck. And then thankfully they are able to save Zelda. She becomes a human again at the end.
Oh,
It's
good.
Fucking great.
Good.
And, I was wondering about this. The Mario guy retired. The video game Mario guy.
Yeah.
Nick Nolte. What do you think?
Right there.
Right. Why not?
Right there.
Why not?
Not doing anything.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yahoo.
It's me, Mario.
Oba Nova. Now you're disappointed that you lost. Oba Nova. Oba Nova. Could you imagine? Fucking weird.
Princess Peach, get over here.
Get over here.
Why don't you touch my Obanova?
Come here. Oba, I got an Oba Nova for you, doll. I don't know. I think it makes sense, don't you?
It's just there. I don't know why people don't take advantage of it. It's me, Mario.
So has Ahsoka already happened?
Tonight, Tuesday, 6
Tuesday.
p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, I believe.
Man.
So yeah,
Man,
we got Ahsoka, and then we got some Loki 2 coming in in October.
Coming in hot.
And Marvels.
And then we saw Blue Beetle.
Saw Blue Beetle.
That was my face, the whole movie.
It was there.
Is that a review?
It was. I'm not a guy that likes to go meh. I'm not a meh guy.
That might be the first time to use it and it works.
But it was close to being like, I felt like it could have been something.
I remember
And it
telling
just
you and
wasn't.
Colton, it's the best movie I've seen that I didn't like, probably. Like,
There was
10,000 times better than most of the DC shit that's been out there.
Oh, better than Flash by a amount of 10,000 miles.
But it just, it could, there was
It was
something
close.
waiting.
There was so many elements there, and it just didn't all cook together into a really good whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't like that
there's
they
so many
did
things there.
They didn't have to do the dirt poor thing. Jaime could have been a kick-ass lawyer who was making his way up, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then his uncle, who's probably the best character, the George Lopez character, they never really explain how he can do all the shit that he does. Maybe a line or two about how he was like a cyber hacker who just got out of prison, when he was, and he worked for Cord or something, and like something. It just, there were so many little tweaks that could have happened. But it was.
I mean, I like seeing the old Blue Beetle costume.
Awesome.
I thought that was cool.
The Blue Beetle machine was right. The vehicle was great.
All the old nods and winks to the old Blue Beetle. Ted Cord's still alive. That's interesting to me.
That was cool. Omak looked too much like an Iron Man 2 villain. Like he looked like those
Yeah.
robots, and Omac. I wanted the mohawk. I wanted the sunken in fucking whole
Yeah.
thing on the face. I wanted that Omac. And it was dumb that you're just meant to give a shit about this guy with 5 minutes to go in the movie.
It's
They
like
tried
hate him the whole episode, and then here's all his backstory in the last 2 minutes. And you're like, oh, I
he's
do
all
like
right.
him.
He's okay.
Imagine if you
It's-
knew that going into the movie, or at the beginning of the movie, in the first act. And
There
then
it
how
is.
conflicted do you feel?
There it is. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's well, there we go. But
There it is.
But I thought of an idea for a future Ramble
Yeah.
Hall of Fame,
Okay.
or a top 5,
Ooh,
or an open close encore, Eddie.
Okay.
Enemies who turned into friends.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
kind of happens with Blue Beetle and Omac.
A little bit.
A little
I mean,
bit.
Darth Vader comes to mind.
Darth
You know,
Vader and Luke I don't know how number one. How is it not, if it's a top 5, how is it not Rocky and Apollo? How is that not?
Right? Because after Rocky 1, you're like, these guys fucking kill each other.
They'll never be friends.
They'll never be friends.
And then a movie and a half later, there is no tomorrow! There is no tomorrow! Like,
They're laughing at each other, punching each other in the face.
yes. I don't know.
I mean, it took Mr. T to do that to him.
It took Mr.
Mr.
You
T.
needed something as villainous as Mr. T.
I mean, do we ever even get the Creed movies without Mr. T?
No, I mean it's not even.
No.
It's no. I don't know. What do you think? I think that Rocky and Apollo have to be up. But would that be better for a top 5? Would that be better for an open close encore or for a Hall of Fame?
Oh, well, Hall of Fame, you're only going to get one.
You only get one. So maybe top 5. Top
I like
5
top 5.
friends that be now enemies that now
Enemies.
became
Frenemies. Right?
frenemies.
We call them frenemies?
Frenemies. How
Enemies,
is it
and
not
then they
Pee
became
Wee and the Bikers?
Right?
Pee Wee and fucking Mickey, the ex-con. How is it not those? I mean,
Because he was going to kill him. I think he
he's
might
gonna
have killed
kill
him.
him. Jesus. And then he shows up and Pee Wee tries to spring him. 1
With a-
foot long. I mean, Pee Wee tries to bust him out of prison for crying
And how
out
does
loud.
the cop not bust Pee Wee for trying to slide
Trying to slide a file.
a file into the hot dog? Like, he's breaking the law right there.
He really is. That was, well, things to think about, things to consider. But maybe that could be a possible. That could be a possible. I mean, the only problem with what I know of Dragon Ball Z is that like that happens in every arc. The main
Yeah.
villain ends up being like their buddy by the next season. So like that's like.
Maybe
but
we exclude Dragon Ball Z.
maybe Dragon Ball Z doesn't count. Maybe we'll
'Cause I
just
don't know
say
anything about it
Goku
anyway.
and Piccolo will give
Yeah.
you that. I don't know, but there we go. Well, that's another Rambo. Oh wait,
Yeah, dude.
that's after dark
Um,
too. Jesus.
Skeletor. Oh God. We were just talking about frenemies. You know, people
Oh,
were
that's
your
good.
enemies and they became your friends.
Yeah. No.
Do you have any of those on Eternia? People that you were blood sworn enemies against, and they eventually became your friend.
Yeah, Dave, baby, that's a great question, big fella. How you guys doing over there? Welcome into the the lounge, if you must, the hot tub. Yeah. You hear that? You hear that little bubbling noise? Yeah. Guess who's queefing? You know, the big S tends to, if I have an enemy, they stay an enemy. Okay? But there was one time that I had a mortal enemy who I had to make amends with, and it was just pure survival, Eddie, and it was just because I was lost, and I had to find my way out, so that was He-Man's mother's pussy! Hey, get it? Okay, I had to be like, well, we need a truce, because you're so giant, I'll just stay here forever, you know? That's it, dumb bitch. Okay, there we go.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Well,
It's
Let's
Cinesnob Cody.
get him up on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's just how things just never really change. They stay right. The more things change, the more it's just.
Stay the same.
Oh, boy. I'm not going to tell you who was queefing, but it was a lot of queefing going on in this hot tub, man.
Okay. All right.
I think they know who's queefing. There it is. Okay, there's. Yeah, of course we knew. We didn't. We weren't really.
No.
Do you like the game we play? A little bait and switch. You see, I deny that. I'm like, I bet you won't guess who's queefing in here. And then, Dex is right there queefing.
Yep. 5 days a week, patreon.com,
There
the
it
Ralph
is.
Report.
Report.
Tuesdays, Fridays, Ramble Radio. Wednesdays, Ramble Proper.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm using my mother's ashes to make me queef. All right, that's what it.
One of the darkest things he's ever said.
It's a very special urn. All right.
Okay.
You find me in the same places you can find Eddie and Cody. I'm also
Sure.
on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, streaming. Please follow Retro Rocha on Twitch and Kick,
Please.
and then just me on YouTube, please. And we'll be back tomorrow, gang. So I guess our Ahsoka recap will probably be Friday, yeah? To
Probably,
be safe.
most likely.
Most
Yeah,
likely Friday. Well, we love you all. Stay safe out there. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow for a regular ramble. We are back. We appreciate the love.